Bro, cheap chicken feeds. Is there anything really like cheap chicken feeds? Maybe it's there. My name is Antonio Innocent Mdongi. I'm your poultry plug, and in today's episode we discuss in detail this hype of cheap chicken feed, and we discuss hydroponics. You've seen me do videos with feeding pigs, feeding ducks with the hydroponics. Is this really thing workable? Wow. If you're new to our YouTube channel, guys, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, and share as much as you can. Remember to check out our website as well. We've done super masterclasses for you, and the link is at the description. Now, there is this thing of using hydroponics as a supplementation to feed. Is it workable? Is it profitable? Like hydroponics? Wow. It can work. At the same time, it might not work. Using of feed supplements depends on what you as a farmer is producing. If you tell me that you're going to use hydroponics, well, hydroponic fodder is good for the bird. But to me, it is favorable for birds that are free-ranging or for the kienyeji improved birds, the likes of the broilers, the noilers, and the red bros. But for commercial layers, we work with scientific figures. We already have research done in the lab when this bird was being bred, that at week 5, this bird is going to consume 62 grams per day. So that when it consumes 62 grams per day, you are expecting this production. I'm just using an example. You're expecting 65% or 90% production at that particular age if you're feeding this bird with this amount of feed. One thing you should understand is that birds are monogastrics. But for polygastrics, these are animals with multiple chambers, the rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. These are animals that feed on greens, and they have got digestive enzymes which effectively break down these greens in the GIT. Birds don't chew cud. They only have one pouch. When the feed is ingested, it is taken to the crop. The crop is full of water. So the feed is softened, or rather soaked. And then now, it is taken through the GIT. It's crushed in the gizzard, absorbed. So we should give birds feed that will rapidly be absorbed, so it will be rapidly be digested, rapidly absorbed, rapidly converted into an egg or tissue. We are in business. This business is a matter of time. When we're talking about azola, azola is a good protein source, yes, but my opinion, azola for chicken is not my thing. Azola will fall in the same category of the greens. And just like I've said, birds being monogastrics, yes, azola is good. It has got much protein. But it has protein in what state? How readily available is this protein to the bird after consumption and digestion? You see? I'm feeding this bird now. I'm expecting an egg tomorrow. If I feed it on azola, it will take a whole 24 hours to digest. So when am I going to get that egg? The only place we talk about feed, supplementation, and substitution, or other raw materials that could help us reduce the cost, because anyway, when you talk about the cost of production, it is the protein sources that make feed to be so expensive. BSF. But not. BSF would be a good source of feed raw material supplementation if well processed. Please, if well processed. Leave alone this common story or common belief whereby producers will say the BSF has got a good system, it will kill any form of disease-causative agent. That is, it will kill that thing within its tract, within its digestive tract. What about the surface? Because the bird will consume it wholly. So if BSF is well desiccated, or if BSF is taken through procedures that will sterilize it, then it can be used to supplement proteins in animal feed, and more so, to be specific, chicken feed. But we really have to be careful. As much as we are working to reduce the cost of feed, we have to work to increase the production. And the pillars that hold production high are having a disease-free stock and having a stock that is enjoying a highly nutritive feed and a highly digestible feed. Does it make sense? So then these are the factors that you put into consideration when it comes to feed formulation. We are looking at 3 major substitutes: the black soldier fly, hydroponic fodder, mostly made from barley and wheat, and azolla. By the way, let's take an example of a broiler farmer. You are producing birds for meat. When we are making your feed, when you're formulating the broiler feed, we are putting much emphasis on the proteins, the amount of proteins, and the type of protein. Both the plant protein and more so, both the animal protein and more so the plant protein. We try to look for substitutes of soybean in feed formulation. As much as we try to substitute soybean, the results can't match that of soybean. So we can't completely do away with soybean, but you can only try to reduce it. But if you're reducing the amount of soybean to cut the cost of feed, then whatever you're bringing in should be meeting the standard of the soybean. Remember, during harvesting and threshing of soybean, there is no contact of any unwanted materials. Soybean is taken to the factories for processing. We get the byproduct. It is already pre-cooked, ready for utility by the animal, ready for absorption in the system of the animal without causing any other effects. Look at the comfort of consumption or the comfort of intake of soybean by the birds. And look at the comfort of intake of hydroponic fodder by the birds. One form comes with moisture around it, and we try to avoid moisture as much as we can with birds. Moisture is a good avenue for disease-causative agents, multiplication, and finding their way into the gut of the bird. Anyway, in a nutshell, if you are into commercial broiler farming, I'm using the word commercial broiler farming. If you are into commercial layer farming to egg production, if you are into commercial kienyeji production, farming kienyeji for your eggs hatching to sell chicks, then it is high time that the 2 feed supplementations that we use and try to call and try to make the narrative about cheap feeds, that is azolla, that is hydroponic fodder, those ones should not be anywhere near you. Talk of BSF, but in a processed form. Check our masterclass on BSF rearing and the procedures and also processing, so that you get guided and know which state of BSF can then be used in poultry production. Wow, what a good masterclass, or what a good masterpiece. I'm just here to enlighten you of these many good things you hear online, you see, you think about, but we are doing these things practically here. So I'm here to tell you what not to and what to. Nobody loves you like M Agriculture. Bye-bye. Enjoy your time.